YouTube, what's going on? YouTube, what is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy, one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully, everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. Positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know how we rock out here on this channel, man. Positive vibes only, all right? So, today we are here with my 10 recommendations, well, really for myself. These are the 10 fragrances that I have been mulling over to wear for Thanksgiving weekend. All right, so Thanksgiving 2024 is at the time of the day of the recording of this video. It's a few days out. Obviously, if you're watching this in the future, Thanksgiving has probably already happened. But 2024 Thanksgiving weekend, a lot of things going on for me and my family, and really looking forward to the entire weekend. So these are the 10 recommendations that I'm giving you guys, but in actuality, this is the 10 that I'm going to be molding over. So at least what we got, Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 4 of these fragrances will be worn throughout the festivities that are going on around the Thanksgiving weekend. All right, so particularly Thanksgiving Day, obviously, but around these parts, we make it a weekend. All right, so let's go ahead and tap in. Up first, from the house of Zaharoff. This is up there with one of the best tobacco fragrances that I've ever smelled, and it is incredible. From the house of Zaharoff, we have Signature Tobacco. Signature Tobacco. I love this stuff, man. I wear it sparingly because it's so good that I want to preserve my bottle, but I know that a potential 4-ounce could be on the way in 2025. We'll revisit that then. Tobacco, honey, booze. It's so beautifully blended, man. Like, this is just unlike that wet and sticky sweet tobacco. It just depends on how you like your cigars. But I personally have had a cigar that has this type of aroma, this type of vibe, and it's awesome. So definitely a recommendation for Thanksgiving. I don't know if you'll be able to get it if you don't have it in time. You could. It depends on if you're watching this the next day or the day that I release this. But all in all, one of my options for Thanksgiving 2024 is definitely this beauty from the house of Zaharoff. We're talking Signature Tobacco. Love everything about this fragrance, man. The bottle, the top, the aesthetics, everything is really, really dope. All right, up next, my 1A, 1B from the house of Parfums de Marly. Top 2 fragrance from the entire line, but definitely, if it ends up being as cool as the weather experts are saying it maybe will be on Thanksgiving, I definitely could be wearing this from the house of Parfums de Marly. We're talking Pegasus Exclus Sea. This stuff is beautiful, man. I prefer this over the original. The original is good, but this just has a little bit more. That almond, vanilla, they added oud to this fragrance. Makes it a bit more darker, more bolder, more richer. The quality is A1. I'm not saying anything about what Parfums de Marly has put out as of recently, but this was just a time where they were in their bag with fragrances like this. This is something that is unique. It's the only experience. If I want to have this experience with this DNA, it has to be here with Parfums de Marly, with the exclusive or the original, but I prefer the exclusive. Definitely a contender for like going to the movies later on that evening or that next day, especially if the weather's going to be as cool. Definitely a contender for Thanksgiving weekend. For the house of Parfums de Marly, we're talking Pegasus Exclusive. All right, up next, I always consider, you know, I'm 40 now, so you know, that masculine, mature type of vibe, I'm all about that. And this is a fragrance that represents that well. Not a harsh leather in any way, shape, or form, but it's just a masterpiece. This is a masculine masterpiece done right. From the house of Tom Ford, we're talking Ombre Leather, the EDP. Ombre Leather, the EDP. Of course this should be in consideration, right? Beautiful, soft, sweet leather. Blended very, very beautifully. This was the fragrance that had me locked in on really getting my nose on more leathery scents. And this has just been the staple. This is top 1, 2 in my collection as far as leather fragrances go. And on Thanksgiving, just depends on what I got going on, man. If we're gonna go flannel, if we're gonna go sweater, if we're gonna go, we're gonna dress up, with a pair of slacks and, just kind of do my thing, go for that kind of semi-sophisticated look. This would definitely be a fragrance that I am going to consider wearing on Thanksgiving Day or throughout that weekend at some point. But this is really, really good stuff. More than masculine vibes, but not over the top with it. From the house of Tom Ford, we're talking Ombre leather, the EDP. The EDP, great stuff. All right, up next from the house of Mind Games. This is slept on in the community. Not a lot of love for this fragrance, not a lot of conversation for this fragrance. I know some of you do, but I myself have gained more appreciation for this particular version from the house, and we're talking the Forward. The Forward. Very fruity, sweet, salty. There's like this bready quality with all of these notes combining that gives it this gourmand feel. But it's very, very, it's a DNA that fits the aesthetic of like fun, family and fun. Get yourself together, D. Fun and family, family and fun. We're all watching the games, we're laughing and we're joking. This is just a fragrance that I think of that when I smell this. That's why it's on this list. This is a fragrance where fun, family, having a good time, feeling good about yourself. Very, I think this is a casual wear, especially if you're thinking about something on the more fruitier and sweet side. But it's definitely not your regular build of that. This is definitely a unique profile, and it's really, really good. Of course, Mind Games are expensive. I get it. But get you a sample and see for yourself. Please don't buy this or anything else on this list. Get your nose on it unless you're just one of my blind buy warriors. You know who you are. But this is one I'm definitely considering, and definitely for some time during, one of the days during Thanksgiving weekend when just having fun with family and friends. This is one to consider from the house of Mind Games. We're talking the Forward. Beautiful palmetto note here. Kind of gives off this honey citrus type of experience. Is really, really, really good for sure. All right. Up next, a classic in the community from the house of Dior. We're talking Dior Homme Intense. Dior Homme Intense, powdery, woody, big time iris and woods here. So good, man. The Parfum is my favorite of them all, but this really makes me kind of reconsider sometimes. Just outstanding. That makeup baggy, sticky, sweet, powdery iris. Definitely get some woods right there with the iris, maybe hanging underneath that. But a classic in the community. If you love iris, you're into iris, or even if you're not into iris, if you're looking for iris to tap into, maybe something more on the more friendlier. This doesn't come off like super earthy and maybe unattractive to some. No, this is definitely something that it is something that you're going to have to, really be into when it comes to this powdery makeup baggy iris. Just depends on who you are, but I think this is more digestible than one of those earthier irises that are out there, in my opinion. But it's really, really good. It's definitely going to work. Special DNA, and I'm glad to have a bottle. Definitely consider this for Thanksgiving weekend from the house of Dior. We're talking Dior Homme Intense. Classic bottle, classic fragrance. They just hit a home run with the Dior Homme Intense and with the whole line. They hit a home run with the whole line for sure. Up next, man, I really enjoyed this fragrance, man. I was so glad to have this. I'm so glad to have this. Super happy my wife got this for me as a gift last year. I got to wear it a couple of times before it got warmer, but now this is the time. And I actually considered wearing this for Thanksgiving Day last year, but ended up wearing it on that weekend. But from the house of Ralph Lauren, we have Ralph's Club Elixir. One of the better elixir presentations and representation out of all these elixirs that are out there. You add iris and leather to this already fresh DNA. That lavender really stands out here, but it's blended beautifully with the iris, and I get this soft leather as you continue to wear it, get to the mid and get to the dry down. That's when it really shows up. But I love what they did here. A little bit of smoky type of vibe to this as well. I love what they did from the EDP to the Parfum, and then you get this boom just redesign this great flanker. You still get remnants of the original, but then you go into this other darker kind of spicier take, man. And I really love this stuff. Definitely a recommendation for any fall or winter activity, but for Thanksgiving, just kind of fits my style, kind of fits my pace. This is something that I'm definitely going to be considering for Thanksgiving weekend. From the house of Ralph Lauren, we're talking Ralph's Club Elixir. Love everything about this, man. Even the gimmicky flask flap, I like that because I like the bottle so much. It's really, really good. All right, up next, the fragrance I said that I'm definitely going to wear on Thanksgiving Day on several occasions. And this is the leader. This is the leader. Out of all the fragrances we're discussing today, this is the leader to be worn on Thanksgiving Day. From the house of Nazar Fragrances, we're talking Pie and Cognac. Pie and Cognac. Good God. Just a warm piece of sweet potato pie. Homemade sweet potato pie. Your grandma, your mama, your auntie, they put their foot in it. Everything homemade, from the crust to everything. Nothing store-bought. This stuff is nuts. When you get you a piece of it. That's what you get in here. And then obviously with some booze, you get some booziness as well. Some other really gourmand features here. But this stuff is excellent. The only time of year that I would wear Pie and Cognac is definitely during the holiday season. And what better season to wear it? So Thanksgiving, Christmas time, as we are enjoying these holidays, and I hope everyone has a happy holidays in 2024. But this is just festive. It's festive in the way, you know how Thanksgivings went in my household as I grew up as a boy to a young man, and where I am now. Like, the memories are there when you're talking stuff like this. So definitely leader right now for fragrance of the day on Thanksgiving. From the house of Nazar, we're talking Pie and Cognac. And you can save yourself 15% by using my code King Dedrick 15 on Nazar Fragrances, not only for Pie and Cognac, but for anything on the website. All right, Nazar Fragrances, great work. Terrence and his team do a great job. All right, up next, from the house of Prada, probably the best of everything. Prada, maybe. From the house of Prada, we have the heralded Prada Black. Yes, sir. And I was just smelling this on the strip before we recorded, before I started recording. And I love it, man. That patchouli, that amber, a little bit of a spice kick in here, a little bit of a woodsy feel here as it dries down. This stuff is great. One of the more mature from the line, from the whole Oceans line. The Carbon is probably edging out to be my favorite, but this is literally right there, neck and neck, toe to toe. Prada Black is a special scent. Rumors of this being discontinued and reformulated and all these different things. I'm not sure where it stands. I believe I saw it on discounters a little while ago, but I will say, all in all, if you have this, or you can get your nose on this, it's great. It's definitely going to be something I consider wearing Thanksgiving weekend for sure, especially if we're out starting some Christmas shopping that Friday or that Saturday, Black Friday type of vibes. Why not wear Prada Black? But it just smells tremendous. And like I said, this is neck and neck with Carbon. This might even slightly edge out Carbon because they were in their bag. The creators of this, the bottle, the fragrance itself, they were in that bag when they put this out to the world. And I'm glad that I have a bottle. It's definitely going to be a recommendation that I want to share with you guys, but also something I'm going to be consider wearing myself. From the house of Prada, we're talking Prada Black. This stuff is good, man. It's good. It's really good. All right, 2 more left to discuss. Probably the most popular from the house, and I get why, simply because of one word with this fragrance. From the house of Emporio Armani, we're talking Stronger With You Intensely. Intensely. So Stronger With You DNA is great. And good news, it's available in retailers across the country, Dillard's and Macy's and things like that. Now, this is an older bottle. I'm not really sure about the whole reformulation talk of this, but that chestnut, praline type of vibe. I think this is the one they say there's no chestnut in it, and it's not true. It's there. It's praline sweetness. It's vanilla. It's so beautifully done, man. I'd be borderline saying this is designer niche just because of the profile and how it's blended. And like I said, I've had this bottle for about 2 years. My wife wears this more than me, and it smells amazing on her. So, fellas, listen, you know, if your lady want to tap into the collection, look, let her. You'll be surprised. And I remember the first time that my wife sprayed this before she was going out doing her thing. It was a colder day, and she smelled incredible. And I think she's tapped into it like a time or two after that. But would love to smell this coming off of her, really, again. Maybe I can see if she wants to wear this on Thanksgiving Day. I mean, she can wear what she wants, obviously, but hey, remember that Strong With You Intensely? Because I really enjoyed how it smelled coming off of her. But this is just a great fragrance, a great line, great recommendation. Definitely has that seasonal vibe, that holiday vibe, that cinnamon, praline, that nutty texture to the fragrance. It's really, really good, and a lot of y'all are big fans of the line. So am I. But definitely something to consider for myself for Thanksgiving weekend, and something for you to check out if you have not already. Mass appealing scent. A lot of people love this stuff. Never really heard nobody say they hate it. A lot of people love this stuff. From the house of Emporio Armani, we have Stronger With You Intensely. Intensely. All right, and last but not least, I have dubbed this as a better take on a favorite fragrance of mine and a lot of yours, and that is there's this comparison to Parfums de Marly Eau Jaune, that warm apple pie cinnamon filled fragrance. This just does it better to me. I have Eau Jaune, I still wear Eau Jaune, and I love Eau Jaune. But when I smelled this, I said, whoa, this is perfected. The DNA is perfected here. Even put it in line with 1 million Privé. 1 million Privé, Eau Jaune, and this fragrance that I'm discussing are along the same lineage, the same line, but I love this stuff. From the house of Plume Impressions, we have Rite In P. Rite In P. Love this brand, love these bottles, love everything about this. Let's just get that in the air, just off the atomizer, off screen. Dried fruits. There's this plum in here. There's this booze in here. There's this tobacco in here. This stuff is incredible. And I've let people test. I've tested the theory with Eau Jaune Privé in this. And every person that I've tried this experiment on, they've all went here. All of them. All of them. You can find this brand over on So Avant Garde for sure. I'm sure it's probably other places, but for sure on So Avant Garde. Use my code DEDRICK10, get you 10% off. The brand, they have samples, all of that are available. This is niche. It's a little bit pricey, but man, you're talking about quality. I have a few from the house, and they all have great quality, but this might be the best. Might be the best they have to offer, but definitely puts me in that holiday mood, Thanksgiving, Christmas mode. And right along the lines of Eau Jaune and Privé, I have both of those. But if I'm in the mood for the DNA lately, since I've gotten this, I've worn this one because it is incredible. Definitely considering this for Thanksgiving 2024 weekend. From the house of Plume Impressions, we have Rite In P. Really good fragrance, man. Really good fragrance. Really good blend. Great blend. Really, so they have some great stuff with the house. Just in the air. It's just right here. I sprayed in the air and it's right here. I smell it. Like, I can't emphasize enough. That stuff is good. All right. So hopefully you guys have a great Thanksgiving, a great Thanksgiving weekend. Enjoy your time with your family, your friends, and your loved ones. Eat all you can, laugh all you can, enjoy the time, positive energy and positive vibes. Have a great shopping for Black Friday and that weekend. It's always a fun time to, just be with friends and be with family and the ones you love, and, enjoy your time with during Thanksgiving. And then, of course, we get to transition right into Christmas, and I'm excited. It's my favorite time of year. I love the holidays. It's my favorite time of year, and it has been since I've been a child. And of course, I'm excited yet again. All right. So y'all take care of yourselves. Be good. Be safe. Stay positive. Positive vibes, baby. Positive energy. Positive vibes. Positive energy. Positive vibes. Why not? All right. Splack it up. Splack it down. Splack that thing all around. And remember, What you put onto this world is exactly what you are going to get back. And that's for sure. All right. Peace, y'all. Till next time. Splacker.